All right, everybody, we are back with part 2 of our lessons. And I told you I'd have another song on, but I didn't. I didn't have another song. It's okay. We'll get one going here in just a second. Okay, so in part 1, we were talking about how this week in Hamilton County, our focus has been catch up for this week, and that mainly applies to the academic classes. But in music and PE and library and art, we just want to keep you guys moving forward and not losing any of our material. And so what I've been doing in my lessons is I'm doing just one lesson, focusing on one element, and just trying to give multiple levels of it for the younger grades and the upper grades as well. And hopefully when we get back, my younger friends won't be too lost as they get to start doing some more advanced stuff, some first grade stuff. They're most first graders, my little friends. Okay. So we started off in part 1 talking about the Beach Boys, and I played you a little bit of Good Vibrations. And so this time I want to start with a different song, and I kind of have chunked up the story of the Beach Boys and their claim to fame and how they got started into different parts. So the first part, I just kind of told you a little bit about how they got started. It was 3 brothers, a cousin, and a friend. So there's 5 total. And they were just fooling around in their garage one day, just playing. And so that, kind of fiddling around went on for about 4 years. And then after that, the band just kind of fizzled. But I do want to say that in 1970, one of the brothers, Carl Wilson, he kind of took over as lead in the group, and so he kind of brought back to life the group of the band. And at the time, beach music was really, really popular and big in this time. This was a group that they weren't really a folk group, and they weren't really a pop rock group. They were just more of kind of their own fun and dance and just having a good time group. So anyway, Carl Wilson brought the band back. They rebounded, and so they came out with an album, which is their Surfin' Safari album. And so this is the album that most everybody is familiar with, because it has all of the Bee Gees type songs on it. That's not to say there's not some other good albums out there that they did, but this is the one that most of the people are more familiar with. Okay, so let's grab our rhythm sticks. Everybody had an ocean across the USA. Then everybody be surfing. And actually, on this one, you see them wearing their bags. We can do a little surfing on our steady beats. I'm going to drop my video down here so you can actually do the surf move. And you can go front to back. Ventura County line, Santa Cruz and you can also go side to side. Let's try side to side. Everybody's got surfing USA. All right, I'm going to stop it right there. Okay, so a lot of different steady beat movement we can do there. We were actually, pretending that we were on our surfboards and moving front to back. And remember, steady beat is continuous. It doesn't stop. So it's not like you can move forward and then just kind of hang out for a minute and then go back. That's not steady beat. Okay? It's got to be moving, constant, going until the song stops. Okay, when song's over, then the beat is over, and then you can stop. Okay, so like I was telling you, that's from their album Surfin' Safari. This song is Surfin' USA, the one we were just listening to. That was probably one of their first hits that got them back going. And of course, like I said, this album is the one that people are most familiar with, especially in the summertime, because it has a lot of those beachy songs on there, like Surfer Girl, Little Deuce Coupe, all of the beachy type songs. I'm not going to play through all of those for you. I know I have one person out there that's going to be really, really sad. But this person knows that I have put all of these songs in the playlist on the left-hand side. You can go to playlist, and it says beach songs or fun. I think it says beach songs or beach week or I don't know, something to do with beach. It's on there. And I've put all of these Beach Boy songs on there, and I'll go back and make sure I've got them all. If I don't, I'll go in and add those to it. But you can have those playing, and maybe if you have a beach ball at home, maybe since it's raining outside, what can we do on a rainy day? We might maybe ask your parents, but maybe you can toss around a beach ball or something in an area where there's not a lot of stuff happening, okay? So there's some of that. Okay, so in part one, we talked about melody, and we talked about, actually I'm going to put a term with it, it's called melodic direction. And melodic direction is the direction of the melody. So you need to think of it like you're driving in a car and a map gives you direction. Well, music is the direction of our voices and our instrument. Okay, it's our map. And the composers, when they write out these music and notations, they create the melodic direction, the way that the melody is moving. All right, so I'm going to pull a piece of music right here, and this is just random, so please don't flip out if you see it, and it has a bunch of sharps and flats and stuff on it. Let's see, let me actually get one that has melody to it. Okay, so this, and again, every time I show something, I always like to tell you guys what it is. Okay, so this is from the Broadway musical Anastasia. Sorry, I'm backwards. It's backwards, I know, but anyway, Anastasia. And the song Once Upon a December, okay? But as we're looking at the melody here, let me see if I can get you a better shot of the actual melody here with better lighting. I don't know if I can or not. But as the melody is moving, it's giving your voice and your instrument a roadmap into whether it's going high or low. Okay, and so that is your melodic direction. It's the direction of the melody and the way that it's moving, the highs and the lows. Okay. So in our song that we did in part one, the Bounce High song, we looked at the way the melody was moving. If we were to take our finger and kind of show that melody as we're singing, you hopefully would be able to see the highs and the lows, or the peaks and the valleys of the melody as it's moving. All right, so let's try that. I'm going to take my finger to the side, and if my voice goes up, then my finger's going to go up. If my voice goes down, then my finger's going to go down. And if my voice stays the same, then my finger's going to stay in the same place. It's not going to change. All right, we'll talk about that in just a second. All right, here we go. Oh, I found a pitch, by the way. Bounce high, bounce low. the ball to Shiloh. Very good. All right, so we would have some peaks and some valleys. All right, let's see if you can do it with me. Ready? Take your finger and follow along as we go. Here we go. Bounce high, bounce low, bounce the ball to Shiloh. All right, did you notice that our finger always came back to one place? It always returned back. All right, so I'm going to turn you guys for just a second because there's a really neat activity you can do. And I'm going to come this way. I have a little table in my music room. And you can just take a random piece of paper. I'm going to use green because that's what's on top here. But you can have white. You can even do like notebook paper. Just take a random piece of paper, and then I'm going to use a purple marker so you guys can see it. But what you want to do is you want to take the paper and fold it in half. Now, you don't want to fold it this way. You want to fold it, I call it hamburger or hot dog style, sorry, because you want it to be long. Okay, so we're going to fold it straight down. And then when you open it back up, you have a crease right there. All right, so this center line right here, let's see if I cannot get marker all over me. This center line, sorry, that's not really a straight line, but it'll work. That's going to be your base. That's where, those of you that do solfege, that's going to be where your dough is, where you start. Okay, your starting point. So what I want you to do is just put like a little dot here. And when our voice moves, I want you to put another little dot. So right here we have bounce high. So we're going to put a dot here. Bounce. That's the same as what we just started with. So we put one on the line. Low. So we're going to come down below the line. And then we're going to go to our center. Bounce the, and that stays the same. Bounce the ball to. So we're going to come up. And those are the same pitches. Shy, back to our table. Low, and back underneath it. All right, so now you go through and you connect the dots. Bounce the ball to Shiloh. And now you have a melodic map, a melody map. And then looking at this, we could take this and put it on a staff if we were in the classroom with staff paper. And I'll try to print some tomorrow or show you how to make some. But we could we know quarter notes and eighth notes, or for my little friends, we know ta and tt. So we would have ta, 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 t, 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 ta, ta. And then you have created a melody on staff paper utilizing notation, noting, utilizing rhythm, which is your ta and tt, and utilizing one of the musical elements, which is melodic direction. Okay, now these little melody maps you can do with any of the songs that you know that we've done in class. Okay, last week I taught you what can we do on a rainy day. All right, you could do it. It's a little more challenging. Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star that we just sang with the piano, you could do a melody map for that, okay? It's probably going to take more than one piece of paper. Either that or you have to kind of squinch it together, okay? But this is something, and you can make up your own words. Like you could change it and make a whole nother song. And so that would be another piece of your music standard, which is composition. So we've covered, by doing this little activity, we've covered a whole bunch of music standards that we've got to get through, okay? All right. I just wanted to look over my notes here and make sure I've covered everything that I wanted to for this session. All right, so real quickly, I just want to recap both parts with you, okay? So in looking at the artist, we've been looking at the Beach Boys. Started out as 5, and actually in 1970, it started back up as 5 as well. And in 1983, one of the members died, he drowned. And then in 1998, Carl Wilson, the one who helped the group to rebound, he died of lung cancer. So, so the group's been through a lot in the last decade or so. All right, so we looked at that. We looked at melodic direction. That's our special word for the day. And melodic direction has to do with the way that the melody moves. And so I gave you some ideas on how to keep your beat by using other means, by using your body on the surfboards, okay, by utilizing a bouncy ball if you have one. I do have a bigger ball here, so if you don't have a small ball, you can do, let's see if I can grab this one. You can use a bigger ball. Again, you want to keep it close to your hands so that you can keep that continuous beat moving. All right, continuous. That's the key for steady beat and heartbeat. Continuous. So we did continuous movement for steady beat using our rhythm sticks, our homemade rhythm sticks, our bouncy ball, the small one and the big one. And then we looked at melodic direction in several songs. And then we also took what we learned and we plotted it onto a visual map, okay, creating a melody map with our plots on where our voices went high and low and stayed the same. And then by connecting those dots, we created the actual the direction of the melodies, okay, showing the highs and lows. And again, you can take this to the next step and take a piece of manuscript paper and plot it on a manuscript paper, actually showing pitches on lines and spaces. So that takes it into rhythm and then notation as well. All right, those are a lot of musical words, I know. I hope you guys are having a great day. I know it's kind of icky outside, or it is here in Chattanooga, it's icky. Hopefully we'll get some sunshine back. Just remember though, Friday starts our spring break. And so I hope you guys have a wonderful time just having a brain break. And hopefully we will get to see you all very, very soon. Again, all the music that we listen to on these videos are over in the school playlist. Those playlists, guys, you can run in the background while you're doing your academic works. There's several different ones over there. There's some mindfulness one if you are needing more of a lower key. And then, of course, I've got some fun songs, some beach songs. I've also put over there some karaoke songs. So like on a day like today, this would be a great day to do some karaoke with your brothers and sisters or mom and dad if they don't have a lot going on. Maybe, for about 15, 20 minutes tonight, do some fun karaoke time. And hopefully you guys will have just a good rest to your week, all right? My Hamilton County Apps and Peeps, if you need to reach me, you can leave me a comment, or you know how to get a hold of me through email. All right. I think that's all I have for you guys today. I hope that you're doing well, and we will see you very, very soon. Bye-bye.